we thought that is so exciting to give the kids a chance to 3D print. Like not just like pressing a button, they're gonna like start modeling their print.
We want students not to just be technology consumers where they just use it to find the latest game or the latest trend online. We want them to become technology creators. And that's the core of what this space is.
Hello and welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. It is a first of its kind high-tech learning lab for elementary school students in Jordan School District, made possible through a partnership with the Utah Jazz, Utah Mammoth, and America First Credit Union. On this episode of the Supercast, we take you inside the learning lab, where students are wild with excitement over 3D printing, stop-motion robotics, coding, and so much more. Listen and you will hear the sounds of technology hard at work. We are at Juniper Elementary School, home of the Jordan Innovation Lab, with two of the people who helped make this possible. Please introduce yourselves and let's get right into it.
Hi, I'm Tracy Rinlisbach. I work for Digital Teaching and Learning, and I got to help set up the Innovation Lab.
My name's Jared Covilli. I'm the administrator over the Digital Teaching and Learning Department, and I'm just a fan of the Innovation Lab.
And I am a fan too. I just walked in, but I've heard so much about it, and I was not able to be here for the ribbon cutting, but so many great reports about student reactions and the reactions from the donors who made it happen. But let's jump right into a project. Let's not just talk about it. Let's get down to business. So we have 3D printers all the way along this wall, and you've 3D printed a bunch of things already for the launch. And tell me about that, and tell me about the project we're going to do right now.
All right, so we bought two different types of 3D printers. We bought these Bamboo Lab 3D printers, which are super exciting because you can print 4 different colors. And these are a little more serious 3D printers. And then we have these tiny toy boxes as well that are just like super fast prints and just like you're dipping your toes in there to start a print. And so
I didn't even see the little ones in between.
Oh yeah, these little ones right here.
So yeah, wow. So we've got 10 of them right here?
Yeah.
That's amazing. This is a playground for kids to for you two. This is pretty exciting. So what's our project here?
Okay, so on this Bamboo printer, we've printed a whole bunch of things. Like when we were opening, we printed like the Jordan Shield 2 colors, the Mammoth logos, and the Jazz logos. All those logos were printed. We're just going to have you print a guitar pick for yourself, since we know you're all about playing guitar.
Absolutely.
So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to hit this file right here.
Okay. So I'm accessing the templates or the designs.
These are just all the G codes like that we put on there, and there's your pick right there.
That's perfect. Okay.
Yeah, just click that.
So click on that.
And then the PLA we've chosen.
It has a nice edge for gripping the. That's a well-designed
pick. I was wondering if that was or not. I wasn't sure.
That is a well-designed pick. Absolutely. I can really wail with this one.
Oh, good. And so we're going to do this metal PLA because we tested it with the other one and it broke. So
okay. This is like choosing letter or legal paper for the print.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except we're going to choose the right. And so which
right
one
here,
do
this print now.
Print now. You've already set it up to print from
like
there?
you just said it. Yeah. We can click right here and you can choose the different PLAs.
Okay.
Right there. And then it's good to go. And it's going to be printed in, let's see right here, 13 minutes.
13 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
We're at 0%. Temperature 69 Celsius. Okay, we're going up.
You're going to be able to add this to your resume. You're now officially a maker of a metal guitar pick.
You can sell these at your shows.
Wow.
You can start your own Etsy shop.
This is the one I won't flip out into the crowd. Okay, we will let a watched pot never boils and a watched print never comes to fruition.
You're right.
So we're going to let that simmer. While we talk a little bit about how the lab started. So we were contacted by the Smith Entertainment Group, Utah Jazz, the Mammoth, and America First with the concept of building something that was centered around innovation, something unique for students. And what excited me is that they knew that it was generally in the STEM area, but it felt like there was going to be a lot of flexibility in how we shaped that. So talk to me about how we decided what to do and what that partnership looked like.
Yeah, we were approached by Mike Haynes from the Jordan Education Foundation probably in May, and he mentioned the idea that the Smith Entertainment Group and America First Credit Union wanted to help us build something that could really enhance students' education. And they said, we want it to have kind of an innovative blend to it, right? So we're not looking for traditional forms of learning. We'd like to use technology. And immediately Tracy got involved, and she's one of our people that's very involved in STEM and computer science in our district. So we started talking about what would be some of the great tools that we could provide kids with this additional funds. We wanted to give them an experience that they couldn't have at their regular school.
So what made you go this direction, and tell me about what's here?
My STEM partner, Kelly Cannon, she works in the same department as I do. We have been really into 3D printing since we both came into this role. And we thought that is so exciting to give the kids a chance to 3D print, because it's like not just like pressing a button. They're gonna like start modeling their prints and like doing all those like engineering design processes through just learning how to 3D print and 3D printing.
And
so
what does it mean to model for those who haven't done 3D printing
that's
before?
a great idea. Create their print. So they'll go into some kind of program. They could go into Tinkercad, or on these toy boxes, you can do modeling inside the app of itself. And so you'll just go and create whatever you want inside there and send it to this little printer, and it will print what you've done. Now, will it be perfect? Maybe, if you did it correctly. But there's also that fun element of like they're going to go back and iterate and say, oh, that didn't work. I'm going to fix this and this and this on my print until it's perfect.
And is that why we have the smaller printers, so that they can dabble and kind of test things out before they go to the multicolor printer? Or do they dive right in?
It's really in either situation. Like they could start on the toy box if they felt more comfortable with that. This is like a more entry level like modeling system. You'll just pull some shapes in and you'll start joining your shapes. You could pull in photos and you could make some lithographs where like if you put a light behind it, it shows like whatever photo you put into there. On the bamboo, they would be modeling probably in Tinkercad, and that would be a little more serious modeling, but still with shapes and things. So this one's just a more friendly model to get started with. But we did have a student on opening day who was really stoked about the bamboos and talked about his bamboo at home and what he's doing at home. So I think there's going to be kids coming in who've had a lot of experience with 3D printing, and they're going to be able to teach the other students as well.
Okay. And tell me again, how do you model something? Is that essentially designing it
Yes.
virtually so that it can then become something that is physically tangible in the real world?
Yes, that's a good question. So on Tinkercad, they would like design it inside the Tinkercad program, and then they would slice it on the slicer and then put it right in here, and it would print on out.
So, in other words, students can come up with their own projects and
Yes.
design it from start to finish, instead of simply printing something that somebody else already
Yes,
designed.
that's what we want them to do. Like we want them to like, of course, they could come in and make a print, and that's always exciting, just learning the process of how to do it. But like, we want them to get to the point where they're modeling things.
And maybe seeing a print initially motivates them to do all that modeling work that will lead them to something that they created themselves from scratch.
100%. We want our students to come in and choose a project that they're going to do. It could be like 3D printing or stop motion, or we also have an engineering one where they'll be modeling and like creating things with cardboard. And so we want them to come in with content knowledge already. So we'll say we're working in 4th grade on Mormon Pioneer Trail. They come in and they can choose if they're going to do a 3D print project, a stop motion project, or an engineering project based around the content they learned in their class. So this is just like project-based learning at its best.
So any of those three approaches could be used to create a project around really any subject matter.
Yes.
So this connects to any learning that's happening in the classroom. That's really exciting.
That's why we're so excited about it, because it's not just come and print whatever, it's come and print with a purpose.
Yeah. Stay with us when we come back. More about the Innovation Learning Lab at Juniper Elementary School.
Never miss an episode of the Supercast by liking and subscribing on your favorite podcasting platform. Find transcripts for this episode and others at supercast.jordandistrict.org.
Does your child need the flexibility to learn from anywhere at any time, on a cruise in another country, or simply at home, cozy on the couch? The Jordan Virtual Learning Academy is tailor-made for you and your family. It's personalized, dynamic virtual learning on your schedule. The Jordan Virtual Learning Academy is an integrated system of 3 schools in Jordan School District: Rocky Peak Virtual Elementary School, Kelsey Peak Virtual Middle School, and Kings Peak High School. Our programs are designed to meet or exceed district and state core curriculum standards, ensuring your child receives a superior educational experience tailored to their needs. Join us today at jordanvirtual.org.
Tell me about the 3 projects that students can do here in the Innovation Lab.
So we talked a whole bunch about the 3D printing. So our next one is stop motion, and the educator that we've hired to be in charge of the lab, she is huge into stop motion, and so we're super excited that she's going to be here. Her name's Tori Hadley. And so the students will come in with whatever content they've learned in class, and they'll be given an iPad and a stand, and they'll just get to work. And we'll have them storyboard, like, what are you guys going to do?
Yeah.
What's the
Essentially
content?
the
Storyboard
comic
down.
book version of what they're going to film.
Absolutely. And then they'll start filming it. And so we have all this cardboard that we've sourced from Juniper,
yeah.
which is great.
Yeah, nice to be housed in an elementary school that's
Yeah.
well stocked.
And then we just have this paper, and then we have these little figures over here, and that they could make their own characters, or they could choose from our characters.
Oh,
Right here
yes,
as well.
some of these figures. So if you can combine the trolls and
Yeah.
dinosaurs and others into a storyline, you can do that. Oh, there's a bear and a horse as well. I'm sure we could come up with some sort of fairy tale there.
Oh, for sure.
But what now? You've got this cardboard, and now chomp saw. I'm sure many student eyes light up
Oh.
at the phrase chomp saw. So
1
show me
million
what a
percent.
chomp saw does. I have some inkling as I look
Yeah.
at this device.
So we bought these after we saw them because we were so excited. They're student safe, so I'm going to turn this on. And you can see, like, nothing's going to...
Right, you put your hand right
Yeah.
up against it, and you're okay. Yeah,
So when the students decide, like, what they want to
chomp.
chomp, yeah,
Yes.
when they decide what they're going to do, and this could be for their background, it could be for their character, whatever, they'll sketch it out, and they'll just throw their chomp saw on. This also cuts paper, which is really exciting. We didn't know that after we bought it. We found out.
So you take the
Are you
cardboard
wearing
and you
your
can
safety
shape.
glasses?
You
Yeah.
can shape the cardboard.
Yep.
If any, oh wow, that's a cleaner cut than I expected. So this is essentially for those. It's like a, I don't know. There's a little knob on top here that spins underneath inside, and it just cuts right through the cardboard. Wow.
So think of like a scroll saw, but it's safe for kids
Yeah. That's amazing.
and superintendents.
This is like for 2 of our field trips. It could be used for the stop motion animation, but it could also be used for the engineering field trip, where they could, on the desk, these desks are whiteboards on the top, which we
Oh.
think is so exciting.
Yeah.
So we could say
You can
we're-
write on the desk.
Yes. we're
At long
super
last.
excited, I know.
It's encouraged.
And no one's going to get in trouble. So they can come and they can say, I'll go back to, I taught 4th grade, so the Mormon Pioneer Trail. They could be like, oh, I got really into like Mountain Man. They could build like a Mountain Man out of this.
Yeah.
They could create a hand cart. Like they could do really anything that's associated with their content area. And we have these make-dos, which will help them put their stuff together so they could.
Now I've had to make do many times, but what is a make do?
They're these cool tools that have, let me find this.
A safe saw. Can I push the button? Is
So
that
you
safe?
can saw through cardboard with our make-do stuff.
Wow, that is tremendous. Look at that. This is an awl, basically,
Yeah.
and
And then
this
we'll
is
join these 2
you
things
can roll.
together.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you can.
And so they can start
Oh,
creating their different
yeah.
projects just by joining some cardboard or some paper together.
So it's
with these-
essentially a blue plug that you twist in to connect 2 pieces of cardboard.
Yeah.
But then it acts as kind of like
A joint.
a joint.
Yeah.
And then you can roll right. Oh my goodness! Perforate the cardboard. Okay. I have a code that will allow me to stay here and lock up myself. I can just lock up when I go. This is incredible. And look,
Yeah.
every drawer is filled with stuff: pipe cleaners, rulers, colored pencils, popsicle sticks, scissors. Wow.
Yeah,
This
one
is
of the,
like-
one of the
this
best
is
things
where
that we
Etsy starts
Yeah.
right here.
one
All
of the
the
best
kids.
things that we saw on Friday when we opened the lab was the kids needed very little instruction. I mean, we would just show them, turn it on here. After that, they were going. The stop motion animation,
Yeah.
again, turn it on. Here's the materials. They would just start going. So as
Yeah.
much as teachers may be a little overwhelmed or intimidated themselves to try and teach all of these different skills, we found that the kids feel very at home.
What an engaging place for kids to be. And just while we're looking at this is for any 4th through 6th grade elementary student who teachers want to bring here. It's housed at Juniper. They have the easiest access, of course, but it's available to anybody who schedules time here.
So far, we're going to do 4 through 6 for the first year, and then we're going to start expanding out. But since we have this built-in base of 4 through 6, we thought we'd
Yeah.
start with them and then start
Sure.
expanding our field trips out that way.
Fantastic. We have an educator hired to oversee this and always be here to help support teachers and students who come to use the lab.
Yes, so the classroom teacher just has to bring their content knowledge, and Tori Hadley, who's our educator here, is going to help them run the stop motion or the 3D printers, or even help them get started with whatever they want to engineer that's based on that.
And I love how you've thought through just how to make the most of this. Remove all the barriers for students and teachers so that they can come in and just get right to work.
Yeah.
I've been holding the cardboard that I cut like I'm so
It's not
proud.
going anywhere.
And I was just experimenting, and I'm really proud, like I'm clinging to
You're going
it.
to have to take that home and be
You
like,
take that, I'll put that on your fridge.
So yeah, I am pretty proud. You know, when you respond to an email, it's not as satisfying as when you cut cardboard with a device you've never seen before.
just get one of those for your office,
it was
little
pretty exciting.
de-stress.
I might need to do that, you know. So let's look at the stop motion equipment now that you have here. It looks like just kind of an adjustable arm that allows you to position the iPad however you'd like. Let's talk about what that does.
So this is like a super simple setup, but it's going to make such good stop motion. So we have the iPad holder, and then the iPad's in there, and the iPad can face straight down, and they can do their stop motion underneath, or they could have it facing straight on, and they could have a set behind it as well. We're using the Stop Motion Studio app, and it's super simple for all kids. Inside the app, they can edit, they can re-record, they can do some voiceovers, and it's all free. And they can also add music, which is the most important element, I think, of anything. And we had the kids on Friday, and Tori actually sent me their files that made some stop motion animation, and it's beautiful. And it looks like one of them was on like changing weather, which again, because it's cross-curricular, really gets my heart.
So one of the things that we're really trying to emphasize in our department is that we want students not to just be technology consumers where they just use it to find the latest game or the latest trend online, but we want them to become technology creators. And that's the core of what this space is. It's a place where they can come and create in a variety of different ways using a variety of different technologies, but it all centers back on what they're learning, showing how they've taken that content and made something with it.
Well, it's such an exciting place to be, and right now I'm excited to see how my guitar pick's turning out. Let's go take a look.
All right, open that door,
Open the door here,
and you're gonna
All right.
lift this plate like this, and just lift it all the way out.
lift it all the way out. Ooh, it's still warm.
Oh, I love that about a print plate. And then you're just gonna kind of crack it.
Oh, it feels like, ooh,
It's pretty
feels
great.
nice and cozy, doesn't it? Okay, do I just like
Yep.
pop it off like that?
Oh, there you
Oh,
go. And then,
wow.
so you have what it looks like a little raft on it, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that raft will pop off and we'll have a legit guitar pick right now. And so this guy was
Did
not
I
a
mess
great
it up?
print. No,
Okay,
No.
I'm pulling off the raft that it's on.
let's see.
I can still wail with that. Okay, so the back is.
And sometimes we have to smooth things out a little bit.
Oh, if I smooth it out, it's actually going to be just
Oh,
right.
perfect.
So let's.
Here's
Where's
a
the
little
garbage?
can.
Little garbage can. Okay, raft. There you go. I can feel that. That's going to be a good pick.
Oh, good.
And it's got some good texture on the back of it and on the front. The thumb goes right there.
That's perfect.
Oh, yes. All right, Sultans of Swing right there. Oh, nice. What a great little project. That is the first thing I've ever 3D printed. I have to admit, I've never 3D printed before, and this feels fantastic. I'm going to be stopping by. There are other schools nearby, and when I'm visiting them, I think I might just have to stop by this lab when I'm in the neighborhood
I
and
think
see
the
what
kids
kids
would
are
be
up to.
stoked. Yeah.
Thank you both so much for taking time today, but more than anything for having the vision to make an initial offering into something that is going to be so engaging for so many students for such a long time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Supercast. Remember, education is the most important thing you'll do today. We'll see you out there.